Bonjour everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Louisa. You are watching Lulu C'est la vie, and for today's video I am going to talk about a subject that I don't really talk about on my channel because it's not something that I usually do. I'm not into piercings like that, but this week that is all I can think about, all I am researching about, or all I am talking about. So in order for me to move on with my life I need to just do a video about it already and take it out of my system. So if you guys are not into piercings, let me have this one. I'm sorry. I mean, you can, you can go right now. I'll see you guys next week with a beauty video. But right now I need to talk about my piercing because I am so in love with it. I can only see it, and apparently I'm the only one who can see it because nobody, and when I say nobody, no one noticed my piercing. No one. Which I love even more. I think it's like the coolest thing. I like to do something for myself that nobody would notice but me, and yet again I'm talking about it to the world on YouTube. But whatever. All right, so my conch piercing. How did I get this piercing? Why? What's the story? How much pain? How did it happen? Like, how was my experience and all that? It all started in 1970. No, I'm joking. So it all started last Sunday to this Friday. So last week Sunday, I was at one of my friend's store called the Swell Life. I'll put their Instagram in the description box, and they were selling those tiny, they're still selling those tiny earrings, and I tried one. I have on this side the second lobe pierced, but I've never put earrings in there, so I was like, let me see if I can put an earring in there, and I did. It was still, the hole was still there, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is super cute. Like, I really like those two earrings. This is so pretty. But I didn't have the second lobe pierced on that side, so I'm like, now I need to do this side. I need to balance things. Now the thing is, it's been like about a year and a half since I've wanted to add a piercing to my ears, but I didn't really know where to do it. At first I wanted here. I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry. There's too many ear piercings option, and they all have weird names, so I'm sorry, but I don't know what they're called. So I was thinking about doing this one, then I was thinking about doing this one, but I've never ever thought about doing this one. Let me give you a close-up. I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can. And so I think it was on Monday morning, I researched for a good piercer, and I found this place called True Expression Studio in Queens, New York, and I will put their Instagram here, and I will put it in the description box below. So when I found them on Google, I went on their Instagram and I started looking at the pictures, and that's when I saw this one with the jewelry that was just amazing, beautiful. I'll see if I can screenshot a picture of what, and it was actually when I saw this picture I was like, this is what I want right there. I want this. This is it. This is the piercing I'm getting. I was able to book an appointment via their Instagram, which I didn't know you could do that, and that was super convenient. So I booked the appointment on Monday morning for Monday afternoon. I got there at 1 p.m. I met with Paul, the owner of the store, who's an awesome dude. Like, he's really good. Customer service, I give him 5 stars. The location was, I mean, the place is a hidden gem. It's right by the Queens Mall, but it's behind a few stores. Like, it's an hidden gem. The selection of jewelries that they have is exquisite. The expertise of the dude is next level. Listen, I was not going for a cheap piercing place. I really wanted a good customer service. I wanted quality. I wanted luxury. Not luxury in the sense of I want to buy expensive jewelries, but more like I want to be comfortable in good hands, and I will pay the money for that. And so I did. So I got to the store, I explained to Paul the situation. I was thinking about getting it pierced in the helix, I think it's called, like a something here. But when I saw your Instagram, I saw this photo and this is what I want. And he was like, I got you, no problem, don't worry. I'm like, okay, now I never got my cartilage pierced and I'm really scared about the pain. It's like, that's my job, don't worry, I'll make sure you have as little pain as possible, I got you. Awesome. So we started with the conch, I can, don't ask me, I'm French, don't ask me to pronounce this properly. The conch piercing, which is the most painful one. He purposely started with the most painful piercing and then went into the less painful one, just because psychologically, once you had paid once, the second time it's always going to be worse. First, before all that, he placed the location. He placed the where he was going to put the hole. And then we went and did the procedure. He pierced me. Now, the way he proceeded, I laid on a chair. He put that, you know, when you get surgery, they put like that paper thing with the hole in the middle where they're gonna do the incision. Pretty much the same thing on my ear. Disinfected my ear, disinfected everything, the piercing, the needles. He had 2 pairs of gloves. Like, it was just crazy. Everything was so sanitized everywhere. The pain, so I was scared. The pain felt, if I can describe it, it felt like a bad pinch, and then the pain rippled into my ear. So it's like a rippling pain. And it lasts for like 5 minutes, and then slowly it faded away. Then we move on to the second lobe, and the second lobe felt like a pinch. Alors, the difference is that the cartilage is a very fine but hard piece of skin slash bones, and then the lobe is a thick piece of skin only. It's just skin. So it felt like a pinch at first, and then you can feel it go through the skin, but that part doesn't hurt. And I was very surprised about that. I thought that as thick as the skin is, I would feel that pain. Not at all. Once it goes through the few layers of skin, then you don't feel anything. So it was 2 very different type of pain. The conch was definitely more intense than the second lobe. But I have to say, all in all, the pain lasted 5 minutes. Just this here, lasted 3 hours, okay? This was half a second, and this was quarter of a second, okay? This is just, this, voila. Now, in a month from now, I'm going to go back to his store so that it could change the size of the piercing bar. Right now, it's quite long so that it's easier to heal. He explained that it's because my ears could swell up, so there's extra room in case that happened. Personally, I found out that it's easier for me to clean my piercing when the bar is longer, because I can just push on it, push forward, spray or let the water run through and clean it, and then I push it back in. That's how I like to clean this. When it comes to the lobe, seriously, I think it's already healed. Like, I don't feel anything. I get pierced on Monday, today's Friday, and I barely, little pinch, yeah, it's not healed yet, but nothing compared to this. I cannot touch this. So also, I am, except for today, me showing you my piercing and touching my ears, I have not been touching my ears at all unless I'm going to clean my piercing. I sleep on my left side, I pierced my right side, and this works wonders. There is no rubbing, there is no sleeping on my piercing, there is no, oh yeah, I put my hair down for the first time yesterday, and I think I'm gonna keep my hair up as much as possible until I feel like everything is good in there, because when my hair is down, I do that a lot, and every time I do that, I'm touching the back of the piercing, and it hurts. Also, I hugged 2 persons yesterday, and I thought I was gonna lose my ear. So I wish we could do kisses like in France. Comment ça va? Ça va bien? Merci. No, Americans like to, they like to hug like this. And you know what, guys? It's cute and all, but it hurts. It's really painful when you get ear piercings. What else can I say? I decided to buy 3 piercing. I bought the matching earrings for these two. Why? Because first of all, I wanted them to match and be exactly the same, and two, because the back of a piercing is round. It's like a little ball, as opposed to what they call a butterfly in the back of a normal earring, and it's a lot more comfortable to wear when you sleep. So I was like, let me just get the same thing on both sides. And then I went with this piercing style, and I may or may not get something a little bit bigger, a little bit more bold, maybe a five five stone, something different, maybe a little bit bigger. I have an appointment with him in a month from now, and he will change the back, the length of the bar in the back to something smaller. How much did I spend? Overall, I spent about $200. I think one of those was maybe 30 or $40. I can remember. This was 80, and then the service and then tax and then tips. So yeah, like I said, I was not going for cheap. I was going for quality customer service, quality clean service. Just to let you know, when I entered the piercing room, which was air pressured. What does that mean, air pressure? It means that when you open the door, the air comes out, not in. So whatever bacteria is from outside stays outside. All the airborne bacteria stay outside. It's called air pressure. Yes, my friends, this is how good the place was. I entered the piercing room, and there's a wall with, I want to say, like 10 or 12 frames of certification, diplomas, stuff that are all related to piercing and piercing techniques and hygiene, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are these, and his name on all of them. So I asked him about it. I was like, what's going on with this? And he's like, yep, every year I spend $8,000 on learning how to pierce properly, new techniques, new things, new that. So, oh, and what I forgot to talk about is his recommendation for the healing process. He told me not to put anything on my piercing. He gave me a spray, actually, a spray bottle of, is it saline water, that is made for piercings. I have it in the bathroom, but I'm too lazy to go and get it. I'll probably put a picture somewhere here. And he told me to clean it twice a day, and to let the water, when I take my shower, to let the water run from my ears to clean it. So that's what I've been doing. It's been working very well for me so far. Today is the first day where I'm starting to feel that itchiness of a healing wound. So yeah, I think that's a good sign. So yeah, I'm in love. I think, like as I said, I may go a little bit bigger on the piercing. Maybe down the road do a hoop around here, but I'll wait for my piercing to be completely healed before I start doing a hoop, because they tend to move around, and I don't want to have that skin thing, colio, whatever they call it. And I know most of the time it happens for no reason. But yeah, the healing process should take about 6 months to a year, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Right now I'm on day 5. So yay! But yeah, I will do an update. Maybe I'll film the next time I'm going to the store, so you guys can see how it looks like. It's really cool. I'll put all the info in the description box. I think I am done with this video. Alright, you guys, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for indulging me with this video. I really just had to get it out the way so I can talk about something else. Let me know in the comments below if you like my piercing, if you have one of those, a conch or a helix or a Dave, I don't know what they call it. Bon, bref, let me know what your piercing is like, how's your story, how's your healing process, if you have any advice for me. And I will see you guys next week with a new video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until then, have a beautiful life. Au revoir et à bientôt.
Hey, c'est la vie.